Hello and welcome. This is Elizabeth Hackett speaking, the Essential Pharmacist. And thank you to everybody who wants to watch my video. I'm just going to share my screen with you so you've got something to look at as well. Bear with me. Okay. Here we go. So at this point, I just need to say that these essential oils are not intended to diagnose, to treat, to cure, or to prevent disease. So if anybody has any healthcare issues that you're concerned about, you really should seek advice from your own healthcare professionals. So first of all, who am I? I'm a hospital pharmacist and I have a very keen interest in natural remedies, particularly therapeutic grade essential oils. I'm traditionally and scientifically trained, and I absolutely love the science behind the essential oils. So I'm often looking at the science and the research behind them. And there is a lot of research out there. It's not necessarily always in the standard medical journals, but nevertheless, there is research if you know where to look for it. And there's an awful lot more research being done because essential oils have really come into the forefront at the moment, and there's a lot of development going on. I'm also a mother. I have 2 children, and I've been using the essential oils since about October 2016. During this time, I have seen some amazing, breathtaking successes, even things that I would call almost miraculous, you know, where people have been using essential oils where Western medicine really didn't have an awful lot more to offer, and yet the essential oils have helped them incredibly. So it's because of this that I've become so interested to try to understand a little bit more about it, and also just to try to share with people some of the things that you can do with essential oils if this is the kind of thing that you're interested in. So what I plan to cover is a little bit more about why essential oils are becoming so popular, what an essential oil actually is, how to use essential oils, and examples of some of these essential oils that you can use and what you can use them for, and then how you obtain the oils. So there's been what I'm calling an explosion of usage of essential oils recently. People are becoming very, very interested in them. And one of the reasons for this is because we have what I'm calling, again, a new generation of very, very pure essential oils. And if they are very pure, then often they are very potent. So we now have these very pure essential oils available to us, which we may not have necessarily had in the past. There's a lot of concern also from a lot of people about medicines and some of the toxicities and the side effects relating to medicines. A lot of the medicines that we use these days are very good. They do what they say. They do what they say they should, but nevertheless, some of them are associated with a lot of toxicity and potential for side effects. And this is something that I think more people are becoming a bit more concerned about and are looking for perhaps something that is more natural in origin and maybe doesn't have quite the same potential for causing side effects. I'm certainly not turning my back on allopathic or traditional medicine. I believe there's a place for traditional medicine. Traditional medicine saves lives. There's no doubt about that. So I haven't totally jumped ship, but I believe there's a place for both. And I think that sometimes people can look for an alternative to a prescription medicine, particularly if their ailment is a minor ailment, or if it's something that you might, go to the chemist shop to try to find something to treat. Maybe essential oils could be something that you would consider for those kinds of situations. There's a greater awareness at the moment about standard household cleaning products that many of us have been using for many, many years. There's been some research recently that came out earlier, February 2018. Research from Norway, where they looked at the effects of harsh cleaning products on the lungs of people that were using them. And they found that in the women that used these harsh cleaning products on a regular basis, they often had the lungs of somebody that smoked 20 cigarettes a day. there was also increased rates of asthma and respiratory diseases amongst this cohort of women. I think some of us are possibly more aware than others about the chemicals that are being used in some of our everyday body care products, including perfumes and other skincare products. Some of the products in there, or some of the chemicals in there, have been associated with potential or possible hormone disruption, which creates havoc in our bodies. Any system where, you know, a hormone is altered by some of the chemicals that we may be putting on our skin has the potential to just produce problems within the body. There's also quite a lot of information available now about some of the air fresheners that people use, particularly the plug-ins, the ones that you plug into the wall. Some of the chemicals that are used in these air fresheners may be associated with safety concerns. So essential oils are an alternative to a number of these things. So what exactly are essential oils? They are natural, volatile. Volatile means they evaporate at room temperature. They're aromatic, which means they smell nice, or they smell, not always nice, but they smell. I think nice depends on whether or not you like the smell. They're compounds, they're found in plants. They can come from the flowers, the leaves, the bark, the roots, the stem. And they contain, most essential oils contain somewhere between 20 and 100 different chemical compounds. Essential oils are likened to the plant's immune system, so they're really what help the plant to overcome times of difficulty, because perhaps the climate is harsh or other conditions are difficult. So maybe there's a pathogen, you know, bacterium or a virus that's attacking the plant. Often the essential oils will help the plant to overcome the pathogen. Essential oils need to be extracted from the plant so that they don't introduce any additional chemicals. And you need to be able to extract the oils from the plant in the ratios in which those chemicals are in the essential oil in the plant. So you don't want an extraction method that leaves anything behind or introduces anything that shouldn't be there. So the best forms of extracting essential oils are either through a process called steam distillation, which just uses water, or through cold pressed extraction, which literally just squeezes the oils out of the plant. Now, this cold pressed extraction method is usually used for citrus oils, which are found in the rind of the plant. So you just squeeze the rind and out the oils come out. Essential oils are very powerful when they're potent. When they're pure, they're very powerful. They are relatively safe compared to medications, and there's a minimal risk of side effects. Now, you can get side effects, particularly if you don't use essential oils in accordance with the instructions within, you know, the safe instructions. But often the side effects that people report are usually related to skin redness or skin irritation. And when you start to read about what they've done to get the skin irritation and redness, it's often because they haven't diluted them before applying them to their skin. When essential oils are applied neat to the skin, particularly if it's on a delicate part of the skin, sometimes they can cause, as I said, irritation and redness. But if you apply them diluted or apply them to the soles of your feet where your skin is very tough, it's unlikely, highly unlikely, that you will get any problems. The reported number of users of these pure and potent essential oils which I use who've experienced any types of side effects is 0.0071%. So that's a tiny, tiny number of people who have reported adverse effects. So essential oils, they are 100% natural when they're pure. And because of this, as long as they're pure, they are relatively safe for us to use. The essential oil industry is not terribly well regulated, unlike the pharmaceutical industry, which is the industry that I'm used to, or I have been used to for many, many years. So there is no overarching regulatory body that routinely check the contents or check the purity of essential oils. So what unfortunately has happened is that sometimes the essential oils are labeled in a way that might imply to us as the consumers that they are pure, 100% pure, when in fact, if they're analysed, often they're not. There's a chap in the States called Dr. Robert Pappas, who's a chemical analyst, and he analyzes a lot of essential oils. And for anyone that wants to search online and check out his websites, you'll find that a lot of the oils that he analyzes are anything but pure. And in fact, he brands them as fraudulent because they really are not what the labels say that they are. So this is the problem we have when we buy essential oils, often from the high street, that they just aren't what the label would imply. And the only way you'll ever know is if you have those oils chemically analysed. There's no other way of being able to tell. So with the oils I use, they come with what they call a CPTG branding or grading, and this stands for Certified Pure Therapeutic Grade. This is a promise that the oils are absolutely what they say they are on the label. They are 100% pure with nothing else added. So there are no artificial ingredients, no fragrances, no diluents or fillers. They really are what they say on the label and what the consumer would understand by the label, 100% pure oil. This means that they are often a lot more potent than some of the ones you might buy on the high street. They're certified to be free of pesticides and other chemical residues. And obviously, as I said, this makes them very, very potent. There's a batch number on the bottom of the bottles, and if you put the batch number in a website called Source to You, you will find the GCMS trace. That's the gas chromatography mass spectrometry, can't say that one, the trace. So for anybody that knows how to read it, it shows you peaks of what components are available and the quantities in which they are available. So if you know what you're looking for, you can check that you have a pure oil. The essential oils I use, they come from all over the world. So the theory is that if you harvest the plants in the country where they grow indigenously, so where they naturally grow, they will be the plant will be a lot stronger, and the oils will be a lot more potent. So a lot of the oils, they come from third world countries, but they're harvested from all over the world wherever they grow best. This company I work with, doTERRA, they do a lot of what they call co-impact sourcing projects. So they support communities in third world countries. They build pipelines, they build schools, they build hospitals. So they really support the communities. They not only give the people in these communities jobs, but they also give them a community that supports the children and supports the older people and supports, they support the whole community, which is really lovely. So now for a little bit of science. The essential oils, they are what we call lipophilic. They're oils and they have an affinity for other fats. Our cell membranes are made of a phospholipid, which is a fatty cell membrane. So essential oils have the ability, because they have an affinity for fats, to actually cross our cell membranes by a process called passive diffusion. So they diffuse in and out of our cells freely. Most medicines are what they call hydrophilic, and they are polarized. So when they come into the presence of water, aqueous solution, they dissociate into positive and negative ions, and these are not able to easily cross our cell membranes. They certainly don't diffuse passively across our cell membranes. So with essential oils, because they can get into our cells very easily, they can have effects within our cells. unlike a lot of medicines. Medicines often work on the cell membrane, so they attach to receptors. But essential oils, as they can cross into the cell, as I said, they can have an effect within the cell. And quite often viruses, if we've picked up a virus lives within our cells. So because essential oils protect many plants from viral infections, if the oil can cross into our cell, it can also help to protect us from viruses as well. And this is something that I have seen many, many times in myself, in my family, and in my friends. If we use essential oils at the point where you start to feel you're getting a flu type viral infection, if you get the essential oils into your system quickly, quite often you don't even go down with the infection that you're expecting to have. And this will be because the essential oils are exerting their effects within our cells and getting rid of those viruses. So there are 3 different ways that we can use essential oils. The first way is aromatically, which means inhaled or smelled. We can do this by using a diffuser. These days we don't heat the oils. Back in the old days when I first started learning about essential oils, we put them in a little ceramic diffuser with a tea light underneath, but we don't do that now because we know that when we heat these pure essential oils, sometimes we can change the chemical structure a bit and we don't necessarily get all of the benefits. You might get the smell, but you don't necessarily get all of the health benefits. So the diffusers that we use are electronic diffusers that don't produce any heat, and they disperse the oils around the room and obviously make your room smell absolutely gorgeous. And you can inhale essential oils directly from the bottle, or you can drop them onto a tissue and inhale from a tissue. You can also apply them to the hands or to the soles of the feet. If you apply them to your hands, you can cup your hands and smell them from your hands. Obviously, I don't recommend necessarily that you try and smell them from your feet, but when you apply them to your feet, they get absorbed topically, or they absorbed from your skin into your body. I'll talk about that in the next slide. But we use essential oils aromatically to help manage mood. So if you are feeling a little bit down or a bit slow and a bit sluggish, a bit kind of like you've got brain fog, then if you use the essential oils, they will help, or they may help to perk you up a little bit and help with focus and concentration. Or if somebody's feeling low in mood, they have the ability to uplift. And conversely, if you're feeling very uplifted and a bit stressed and a bit anxious and you'd like to feel more relaxed and calmer, then aromatically, when you inhale the essential oils, they can have this effect as well. And this is scientific. The essential oils have been shown to alter some of the concentrations of the neurotransmitters within our brain. So a lot of them can actually cross the blood-brain barrier and exert their effects within the brain. So as I said, essential oils diffused into a room make the room smell lovely. If you have any food or cooking smells from, say, yesterday's dinner, then they will help, obviously, to make the room smell nicer. Essential oils can be used in a diffuser also to help to protect against what they call seasonal threats, which means viruses, germs, any germs in the air. If you're using essential oils which can destroy those germs, then you can actually cleanse the air by using essential oils in your diffuser. We also use essential oils aromatically to support the respiratory system. So if you're inhaling an essential oil, then you are delivering the oil to the site, often to the site where you have a problem. So as I've alluded, the second way of using essential oils is topically, which means applied to your skin. Normally, as I've said, also we would dilute essential oils before applying to the skin. There are plenty of dilution charts available, and for anybody who's interested, I can send you the dilution charts. When people are younger, their skin is more sensitive and more delicate. We would use a heavier dilution, so we would use more carrier oil and less essential oil. And likewise, when people are older, their skin is also more fragile and more frail, so we would tend to dilute the essential oils more heavily. You may want to use an essential oil topically if you have a skin problem. So if you have dermatitis or eczema, or for acne, insect bites, spots, if it's a local problem on your skin, then the topical route is a great way to go. But don't forget that when you apply the essential oils to your skin, you are going to get systemic absorption. So the essential oils will absorb through your skin into your blood system and then will go around your body. So this is why we like to use the soles of the feet, because you get very good systemic absorption through your feet. And also because the skin on the soles of your feet is very tough and very unlikely to be sensitive to any of the oils, particularly when diluted. The third way that you can use these essential oils is internally or orally. Now, I would definitely not recommend this for any other brand of essential oils other than the ones I use, because they are so pure. They may be used internally in small amounts. Quite often, I don't use the internal route, because you get a great effect from using the oils aromatically and topically. However, on occasion, every now and again, I have used them internally, and again, I've often had an amazing response when I do so. You have to be just a little bit careful if you're taking medications, because some of the essential oils have the potential to interact with medicines, and using the internal route is going to increase the chance of this happening. But I'm happy to speak to anybody if they're taking medication and want to know more about the safety or the best route to use, then I'm happy to discuss that with people personally. The internal route is only recommended for adults, so we wouldn't recommend it for children. To use them internally, you can mix essential oils with a cold drink. They will float on the surface of water, because obviously oil and water don't mix, so you need to agitate the water to actually mix the oil in with the water. You can also use a couple of drops of essential oil in honey or in coconut oil. You can also use what they call a veggie capsule. So if you look on the picture, there's a picture of a capsule, a clear capsule there. You can just take the top off, drop the oils into the capsule, put the top back on and swallow. Now this would be a way of using the essential oils if you didn't want to taste them. So for example, oregano oil is a very strong, potent oil. And if it comes into contact with your mucous membranes, it feels uncomfortable in the same way that eating an incredibly hot chili would feel uncomfortable. It's that kind of feeling. So if you wanted to avoid that, put the essential oil into a capsule and swallow it. Many of the essential oils have been approved by the FDA, and they have a status called GRAS, G-R-A-S, which means generally recognized as safe. So they have been used or recommended for use of flavoring foods. So again, this is just to demonstrate that the FDA have approved the essential oils for oral use. So quickly, just to have a look at some of the essential oils, I'm only going to tell you a few of the things that you can do with them, because there are so many, and I would recommend that you check online, or I'm happy to send other resources to people who are interested to see what other things you can use the essential oils for. But for lavender oil, this is one that probably many of us have come across. It's very widely used for its calming and relaxing qualities, and there is science behind how this works. Again, I can go into more detail for anybody that's interested at a later date. But lavender is good for people who might be feeling anxious, even if their ability to smell aromas has been lost, which is fascinating, because that goes to show that it's not actually the smell, it is the molecule entering the body that causes the effect. This essential oil, lavender, has been used to help ease feelings of tension. You can add a few drops of lavender to your pillow at bedtime to help relax. You can add it to the soles of your feet mixed with a carrier oil. I like to put a couple of drops in my bath in the evening. And lavender has also been used for soothing occasional skin irritations. I've used it recently for bruises. When my two little boys bump themselves, lavender has been really helpful for bruises. And there's many other uses. But as I said, I can give you resources where you can go and find out a little bit more about exactly what else you can use lavender for. Peppermint. Peppermint is an amazing oil. This one, 1 drop of the doTERRA peppermint is equivalent, I'm told, to 28 cups of peppermint tea, just as an indication of how strong these oils are. You can rub peppermint onto your temples after you awake for an early morning energy boost. You can diffuse peppermint when you're feeling fatigued or low in energy, and that will help to kind of help you feel a bit more perked up and a little bit more with it. Gets rid of brain fog. Peppermint essential oil promotes digestive health. It can help to reduce bloating and gas and occasional indigestion. It also promotes a healthy respiratory function and clear breathing. It can repel bugs naturally, so I believe that spiders really don't like peppermint. So if you don't like spiders, if you spray peppermint around, then hopefully you can keep your spiders at bay. And peppermint you can also diffuse during study time, which again, I've done this with my children. I love peppermint and lemon and rosemary together. Those three help my children to focus and concentrate. And the rosemary, there's been scientific studies looking at rosemary, and it's been shown to improve memory. So that's why I like to add the rosemary. It's also very uplifting and helps just to kind of, you know, put you back into your head. Wild orange, this is another of my absolute favorite oils. It contains powerful antioxidants. It's good for cleansing and purifying, so it can be used for cleaning around the home. And it's a very energizing, uplifting aroma. Lemon essential oil. Again, lemon is very uplifting. A lot of the citrus oils are. It's energizing. It naturally cleanses the body and aids in digestion. It supports healthy respiratory function. It may help with seasonal respiratory discomfort. It's a solvent. It contains something called D-limonene, which is a solvent and helps to remove grease. So I use lemon around my kitchen after we've been cooking. It helps to cleanse and purify the air. So this is one of the oils that I use in a diffuser if I've got food or cooking smells in the air, and it helps to just cleanse the smell. Lemon has been shown also to reduce anxiety and promote a happy mood. So we have to be a little bit careful with the citrus oils, because when we apply them to our skin, and if we go and sit in the sun, they can cause something called photosensitivity, which means that our skin will be a little bit more sensitive to the sun. So obviously in a British winter, we really don't have to worry about that. But in the summertime, that's something that we need to be aware of. Melaleuca. This is also known as tea tree oil. There's many uses for Melaleuca. In fact, I learned yesterday that you can put Melaleuca into your flower water if somebody's bought you some flowers, and it helps to preserve the flowers and to stop the water from going green and slimy and mouldy. But tea tree or Melaleuca has been renowned for its cleansing and rejuvenating effects on the skin. So you can apply it as first aid to the skin. It helps reduce the appearance of blemishes when applied to the skin, and also helps to promote a healthy immune function. Oregano oil. This is a very powerful, strong oil. It's called a hot oil because, as I said before, if you put neat oregano oil on your skin or on one of your or inside your mouth, it will feel uncomfortable. It feels like your skin is burning. It's not, but it just feels really uncomfortable. So we always dilute oregano if applying it to the skin. It's a powerful cleansing and purifying agent. It helps to support a healthy respiratory function, and it may help to support a healthy immune system. I love oregano in my spaghetti bolognese also, so I will just put one small drop or even half a drop of oregano in my cooking, and that's lovely. And just in case you're wondering how I get half a drop, I mix oregano with a couple of mils of a cooking oil and then use half the amount of that cooking oil, which therefore would only have half a drop of oregano. It's a very strong oil, absolutely gorgeous, lovely, really powerful, but very strong. On Guard is a blend of essential oils. This one has been created to support the immune system, so it's also known as the protective blend, and the oils in this blend are synergistic, so that means that they work together and produce an effect greater than the sum of the individual oils in that blend. On Guard comes into its own in the winter months. I use this all the time. We've often got On Guard diffusing and being applied to children's feet before they go to school. It helps to support the immune system, so it can help to support against picking up other germs and bugs. And if we do pick up a germ, it helps the immune system to overcome that. It can be rubbed on the bottom of children's feet during school term time. Absolutely, in the winter months I do this without fail, particularly now in the lead up to Christmas. It also protects against environmental threats. It supports a healthy respiratory function. It helps to keep surfaces clean, so it can be used around the kitchen again, and in the bathroom, and you can diffuse it for cleansing the air. Air used to be called breathe, often will be also referred to in the literature as breathe, but it's now called air. It's exactly the same thing, just has had a name change. This is the respiratory blend, and it's really helpful for all sorts of respiratory ailments. It maintains feelings of clear airway and easy breathing. It helps to minimize the effects of seasonal threats. It can be diffused at bedtime to promote a restful night's sleep. And this is another one that I love. I diffuse it myself at bedtime, and I will diffuse it for my children when they're going to bed, particularly if they've picked up any colds or any kind of respiratory infections. It's really, really helpful. Deep Blue is another blend of oils. This one is particularly good for muscular aches and pains. It can be used after an invigorating workout, and it can be used after exercise. This one contains an oil called wintergreen, which contains something called methyl salicylate. We need to be careful using this oil for people who may be on anticoagulants. Therefore, this one has a childproof top on it, because it must not be ingested, or it must not be taken internally. Zengest is the digestive blend. This oil has been amazing. I've used this one myself and in a lot of my customers who report incredible results with this one. You can add it to water or to tea, not boiling hot tea, but warm tea, to maintain healthy gastrointestinal tracts. It eases feelings of queasiness, and it can again be used to help with bloating, gas, and occasional indigestion. Frankincense, there are a whole host of things that we can use frankincense for. It's probably one of the most prized and precious essential oils due to its health benefits. It can be used to, again, support a healthy immune system. It can be used to support healthy cellular function. You can add it to moisturizer to reduce the appearance of blemishes and to rejuvenate the skin. So I use a drop of frankincense in my own moisturizers, and absolutely love it. As I said, improves, or it can support the immune function, helps to support the health of the cardiovascular system. It can help support the overall health of the digestive system and the GI tract. It supports healthy liver function, And it's also very calming and soothing, so it can be used to relax the nervous system. So just very quickly, a little bit more about essential oil safety. When you use the essential oils responsibly, they are relatively safe compared to medicines, and they're gentle and they have a minimal risk of side effects. The safest place to apply essential oils topically is to the soles of the feet, where you do get a very good systemic absorption. When you apply topically, you will dilute the essential oils. In most circumstances, you would use a carrier oil to dilute the oils. You wouldn't dilute them with water because they don't mix well with water and they would float on the top. You need to keep essential oils out of the eyes, the ears, and the nose. If you put essential oils on the skin and it feels uncomfortable, then you can remove them by wiping carrier oil over the top of wherever it feels sensitive. So you would not try to wash an essential oil off the skin. You would use a carrier oil or even a cooking oil, just anything oil-based, to rub or to remove the essential oil. You should test the skin for sensitivity before applying essential oils to the skin, just in case. And the place that we would recommend is the crease of the elbow. Everybody has a different body chemistry, so some people may be sensitive to or more sensitive to the essential oils than others. The citrus oils can cause photosensitivity, so they may cause skin sensitivity in the sun. So the recommendation is not to go into the sun for at least 12 hours after applying the essential oils to the skin that is going to be exposed to the sun. So it's fine to put them on the soles of the feet as long as you don't expose the soles of your feet to the sun. And this would also apply to sunbeds. So if you're going on a sunbed, then definitely do not apply citrus oil to the skin. As long as you follow the guidelines, you should be fine. So there are many essential oils that can be used to support different states. So for sleep and relaxation, plenty of oils that we can choose from there. This is just a selection of the ones that I love: lavender, wild orange, vetiver, and juniper, but there's a whole host of other oils that have been successfully used. I use, as I said, for studying, for myself and for my children, rosemary, lemon, and peppermint blended together. There's also another blend called Intune, or the Focus blend, which sometimes I use, and I would use Intune particularly if I have a long event where I need to sit still for a long time, a study day or something like that. I would use Intune. I happen to love the smell of Intune, and I happen to like to use that one as a perfume. Essential oils can help with hormonal imbalances. And lots of other things. So how do you get essential oils? There are 3 different ways that you can get these essential oils, these doTERRA oils. You can buy them at retail price, which is just the normal price. I don't know anybody that does this, and this is not a way that I would recommend, because you can get the essential oils for cheaper. One of the ways people get the essential oils is what they call getting the wholesale price by enrolling. So you pay a one-off enrollment fee of £24, which then lasts you for a year, and you will get 25% off anything that you buy for the next 12 months. So for anybody that would be thinking of buying maybe 3, 4, 5 essential oils over a 12-month period, this way is absolutely the way to go, because you will make your enrollment fee back in your 25% savings. For anybody that really wants the best value and is considering using essential oils on a regular basis, then I would recommend getting a kit of essential oils. With a kit, you get free enrollment, and the cost of the oils is also further reduced. It's definitely the most cost-effective way to go. There are lots of different kits, and for anybody wishing to purchase a kit, then I'm happy to go through what kits are available. There's also a full 30-day money-back guarantee for anybody who buys these essential oils. So the 2 most common kits that are available, the Home Essentials kit and the Family Physician kit, they basically contain the same 10 core oils. So that's all of the oils that I went through minus the orange. They don't contain the wild orange oil, but they contain all of the others. The Home Essentials kit costs £238.80. With this kit, you get 9 bottles of 15ml size and 1 bottle of 5ml. The 5ml is the deep blue, which doesn't come as a 15ml bottle. With the Home Essentials kit, you get a free diffuser. You also get the free enrollment, which I said already, which entitles you to 25% off anything else you buy, and you get your postage and your packaging for free. I will also throw in 4 5ml roller balls for free. Now, the roller balls you would use to make dilutions. So if you don't want to dilute every time you apply an essential oil to your skin, you make a roller ball and you just roll it on your skin, a pre-made dilution that you've made, you would roll that onto your skin. With the Home Essentials kit, I will also throw in a free fractionated coconut carrier oil. The Family Physician kit is the same oils, but they're all in the 5ml bottle, so they're all the smaller sized bottles. You also get 2 little tubes of what they call beadlets, 1 peppermint and 1 on guard, and these are tiny little oral capsules that you can bite into. They contain 1/4 of a drop of essential oil, and they're great for your handbag, so they're just great to carry oils around with you. The On Guard are fantastic for the immune system, and the peppermint are really good for occasional indigestion or just freshening the breath. With the Family Physician kit, that's it's £122.40. I will give you 4 free 5ml roller balls. You get the free enrollment as well, and also the postage and packaging. The Home Essentials kit is obviously a larger outlay, but it's better value because you get 3 times the amount of oil for twice the price, and you get the diffuser as well. So anybody who has a doTERRA account through me will get the oils that they have purchased. They will get the free products that I've mentioned on the previous slide. They will obviously get the 25% off any future purchases because they will have an account. You get this for 12 months. If you want to re-enroll after 12 months, it costs £15, and you get a free bottle of peppermint when you do so. So a peppermint bottle costs something like about £15 anyway, so you're just getting an obligatory bottle of peppermint if you want to re-enroll for the next 12 months. You will get access to essential oil resources, which I will send to you so you can learn more about the oils. I'll send you the links to the places where I go to get glassware, the roller balls, spray bottles, the books. I will send those resources out to anybody that enrolls. You will have access to support and education on using the essential oils, and you will also have access to me. So if you have queries or questions about how to use oils, or which oils I might suggest for certain circumstances, or perhaps if you want to know safety of using oils if you or your family members are taking any medications, I will be able to advise you on that, which you won't necessarily get with other people. So if you want to know more, I'm offering a free 30-minute consultation. So if you're not already booked in, then I will be in contact to book this, or if you found this, or if somebody has shared this webinar with you and it's not come directly from me, then you are welcome to contact me to book in for a free 30-minute consultation. If you do so, I look forward to speaking with you and answering some of your questions that relate to your own health and those of your family members. So at this point, I just want to say thank you very much to everybody for listening, and I look forward to hearing from you. And if you have questions, you're welcome to contact me, and hopefully we'll be booked in for a 30-minute consultation and I can speak to you in more detail. So thank you again, and speak soon.